Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is From the Correspondent, where we bring you stories behind the headlines and engage our correspondent on their experience on the field. Let's go over to the coalition, where reactions have continued to trade on unveiling of the opposition party African Democratic Congress ADC. The platform has brought together several politicians, political heavyweights ahead of the 2027 general election. Christopher Lele, who sampled the opinions of Nigerians, said the reactions were varied.
Some political analysts have often faulted the amount of time spent by successive governments in the country on politicking and party activities, leaving actual governance to take the back seat. This worrying development appears to have even gotten worse in the new dispensation, where barely 2 years to the life of the administration, the ruling party, the All Progressives Congress, has announced the incumbent president as its sole candidate ahead of the 2027 election. There has also been increasing defections into the party in power from the opposition politicians who apparently want to position themselves ahead of the elections or even for immediate appointments. And bent on ousting the present administration, some heavyweights in the opposition camps, after several months of deliberations, appear to have found a common ground in the African Democratic Congress as a platform to do the battle. But the big question is whether the ADC has what it takes to unseat President Tinubu, who many believe is a veteran in the game of politics and political maneuvering.
As a Nigerian and as a political follower of what has been happening so far, my candid opinion is that the coalition is a good thing if everybody has sincerity of purpose. But the only thing that would affect that coalition would be when they are not able to decide on a single presidential candidate. That is where they will have problems in trying to unseat the current government.
Nobody knows, just like how Labour Party came, people were like happy, but the major thing we are looking at is credible candidates. So credible candidates can come out from any party, credible candidates can come out from any party. So we don't know if it's going to come out from ADC or Labour Party or PDP. We are not so much concerned about the party. We are concerned about individuals, credible individuals coming out from any political party. That is the only thing I believe can withstand any force that is coming up as opposition. That is my take.
All right. And
I think the caliber of people in that ADC, we have the timber and caliber there. But one problem that is being expected there, if care is not taken, is when it comes to selecting the presidential candidates. If they don't take care and do it, take very good care of that situation, it may mark or make the ADC. Because when people are just looking, watching to see whom they will give that presidential ticket, and it counts. It will count. Because if it's given to a wrong person, then definitely the party will just crumble, just like other political parties.
With 2 years to the next presidential election and with about 70% of the population made up of youths, the involvement of the youth population in the coming election is also of interest for political watchers.
Yes, youth will come out in their numbers. I believe in the youth power. Youth will. I will also come out, and I'm going to lead my followers also to come out.
INEC is the major problem that the youth see as what they will affect their trust in the electoral process. So if we as Nigerians will work on INEC, because I had an experience where my voter's card I registered in Lagos. I was in Enugu and I got a text message from INEC to come and collect my voter's card in Lagos. I drove from here to Lagos only for INEC officials to tell me that my name is not in the register. Do you understand? So that kind of fraudulent activity that happens inside INEC is the major problem that Nigeria will definitely always have. So if we work on INEC before 2027, it doesn't matter the coalition or not, as in the mind of Nigerians will come true.
There will be voter apathy, but that we have to sensitize the youth to do the best they can, because this time, if these people bring the sellable candidates, you will see people trooping to vote for that very person. So, if a credible candidate is placed now, we see a change of heart of youths.
The quest for a better Nigeria is coming at a time when Nigeria's democracy is under heightened scrutiny, ranging from questions about the credibility of the electoral process to calls for greater political inclusiveness and institutional accountability. Christopher Lele reporting for Signature TV.
Onitsha hosted the party faithful and leadership of Labour Party as it kicked off a rally for the governorship campaign of Dr. George Moagalu. Correspondent Raymond Kenamata brings us up to date on details of that event.
The commercial city of Onitsha in Anambra State came alive on Friday as the city hosted the high and mighty in the Labour Party, party faithful, supporters and members of the Obedient Movement. They were in the city to witness the formal commencement of campaigns ahead of the governorship elections in the state. And leading the campaign is the Labour Party presidential candidate in the 2023 elections, Peter Obi. Addressing the rally, which took place at the All Saints Cathedral Field, Onitsha, Obi said that the Labour Party is well positioned to take over the reins of power in the state. The former Anambra governor assured the party faithful of the commitment of the Labour Party flag bearer in the election, Dr. George Moagalu, to deliver good governance to the people.
We're here to initiate the campaign for Labour Party candidate in Anambra State, Dr. George Moagalu.
Dr. George Moagalu, who was the immediate past managing director of the National Inland Waterways Authority, said that he will bring about unprecedented transformation in the state. Moagalu, who was flanked by his running mate, Professor Ifeoma Okoro, assured that the administration will work for the benefit of the people and keep to their campaign manifesto.
Amanjia kodo we na tax. Even na kunu na nkwa. Woni ife ni ne na manifesto anyị ga-emezu chaha niile n'otu n'otu. Onwere nke anyị ga-arapụ maka onye ọ na-adị anyị mkpa. So anyị na-ekene unu na-asị daalụ unu rinne. Mana ife anyị na-eji ife a abụrụ ọgwụ ndị na-agbalụ nwa. Obiregwu achị ọtaba n'aka agba anyị ncha ga-anachighị azụ na wọdụ anyị niile na puli unit anyị niile ka anyị kọnvinsi ndị mmadụ ka anyị gwa ndị mmadụ maka Labour Party ka anyị gwa ife anyị ga-eme ife pati anyị ga-eme ka enwe ike rụọ ọrụ ka enwe ike dozie ebe anyị.
Labour Party member of the Senate, Victor Ume, urged the electorate to focus on issues of development and not on campaign of calumny. He assured the people that Dr. Moagalu has the pedigree and character needed to pilot the affairs of the state at this time.
At the fullness of time, everything will be okay again. Thank you very much and God bless you.
The high point of the campaign rally was the formal handover of the Labour Party flag by Obi to Dr. Moagalu and Professor Okoro, symbolizing acceptance and recommendation to the party faithful. From Onitsha in Anambra State, Raymond Ken Mbata reporting for Signature TV.
Welcome back. You're still watching From the Correspondent, and with me in the studio is Raymond Ken Mbata, our correspondent, who is the brain behind that report on Labour Party campaign in Anambra State. We are aware that the Anambra State governorship election is slated for November, and different political parties, including the All Progressives Congress, have nominated their own governorship candidates. And today we are going to look at the political activities across the country from a point of view following the death of our former president Muhammadu Buhari and the struggle to inherit the northern structure now that we have ADC as an opposing force to the ruling party, the APC. With me is Raymond Ken. You are welcome.
Thank you very much, Emma.
Also joining me is Christopher Lele, who just spoke to us about the Onitsha Enugu Expressway. Christopher, you're welcome.
Thank you. Great to be here.
All right, so Raymond, let me start with you. This is just the second year going of all the elected government officials, from governors and president down to governors and what have you. But we've seen strong political exercise. We've seen campaign posters. The last one I saw was Tinubu with Dangote. You know, there have been this rumor of pushing Shetima away and everything. Then all of a sudden we had the death of Buhari. You went to Anambra, which Labour Party flagged off their campaign. Obi is one of their major stronghold, or let me say their stronghold. And Obi is also rubbing shoulders, patronizing the ADC, although he claims he's still in the Labour Party. With what is happening, first of all, what is the survivor, the chances of survival of Labour Party in the forthcoming election? Then what is also the possibility that ADC would bring us that competition that Labour Party brought in the last general election?
Okay, I'll take it from the first one concerning this, how Labour Party will thrive concerning the upcoming 2027 elections. I think that first of all, the same, should I call it sickness or disease that affect political parties, which is internal democracy, has also flown into the Labour Party, which was expected, given their national the national outreach, the national output that they have, or they are aspiring to, because I still see them as a young party in national politics, and they have to still pass through these teething problems that every party does pass through. And at this point, they are at that nexus that decides whether they are going to be a formidable party, an opposition to be able to wrest power from the ruling ABC. And as at now, there is a court judgment that has been interpreted both ways and bringing about Senator Nenadi Usman as a factional chairman of the party in the national, and also still Julius Abure still holding forth. And the other stakeholders of the party have been divided in between both of these factions. And be that as it may, everybody is still looking up to the presidential candidate of the Labour Party 2023, being Peter Obi, to also put in more effort to see how they can salvage the party, because it's nothing wrong to have it's not strange to have a division in a party, but it is how you come out from that debacle and move forward that matters. And right now, Peter Obi is being wooed into the ADC with the energy he is supposed to be giving to the resolution of conflicts and issues pending in the Labour Party, and diverting his attention to the coalition formed at the ADC. It's going to really take away so much needed attention that the Labour Party will need. And I think I still see the Labour Party as a very strong contender to take government away from APC come 2027.
Okay, but now the dynamics are changing. A few days ago, we saw a list of appointments from President Bola Tinubu, and all of those who were appointed are from the north, including the son of General Babangida. You know, so a lot of people, including the emerging force ADC, have criticized those appointments, saying too little, too late. you know. Christopher, you spoke to residents of Enugu on their own hopes and how they feel that ADC will come with the needed power to snatch, grab, and run away with it, if you want to put it in the words of our president. How do you see ADC coming up as a third force or the other force in the forthcoming election?
A very nice question. One of the people we interviewed said, just like any other party, they're not looking forward to a party. They're looking forward to an individual. You get. I was asking the other time, when Labour Party was around during the last election, they had just one sitting governor, but then they were also a major force. Youth came out in their numbers. You can't really tell. But ADC right now, there are so many questions that need answers. The likes of Peter Obi that many people are after, that they love and they would like to work with, has not come out entirely to say he is an ADC member. He's supporting them, but he's still a Labour Party member.
Okay.
That also is keeping the chances more like a 50-50 thing. So if people want to really back up, follow ADC, they really want to be sure of the people they are working with. You see, so that alone is a threat to the party. So far, one cannot really tell if ADC really has the power, or shall I say the structure, to be so much of a threat to the current administration or any other party come 2027.
Okay, let me come to you, Raymond. Our former president, Buhari, just passed away. May so rest in peace. And the president, Bola Tinubu, did a whole lot. Sent his vice to London, gave certain directives, declared money, flying at half marks and all of that. There are speculations for a struggle to inherit the Buhari political structure, and looking at the relationship between Buhari and Nasir El-Rufai, former Kaduna state governor, and now that he is no longer with the APC, likes of Atiku, Aregbesola, and the rest of them now in the ADC, what are the chances that the North, or let me say APC or ADC, would get the backing of or the votes from the North? What are these permutations? How do you see it playing out ahead of the 2027 election?
Okay, I think since the passing of President Muhammadu Buhari, former, it has been a very, very emotional topic for the North, because they see him as a proto-leader for the northern political elite, and someone that his character speaks for him. And I see the efforts of other politicians trying to gain support from CPC bloc that was part of the that is still part of the APC.
And Buhari was the leader of that.
And Buhari was the leader of the CPC bloc that formed the APC. And I think what El-Rufai and co in the coalition are trying to do is to garner support to bring a northern leader per se to continue from where Bola Tinubu has might stop at 2027. But I still want to say something that first of all, the followers of late President Muhammadu Buhari are very, very trusted followers of his, and even in death will still keep their promise to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He didn't leave the APC. He did not criticize President Tinubu. He did not make any comment about moving to the ADC. So his commitments that he has done for the APC will still be retained by his core supporters. Okay. Then those that decided to move to the ADC are already stepping on a kind of gentleman's agreement, which is, although not constitutional, but has been keeping the peace politically in Nigeria about power sharing between the Northern Bloc and the South. President Tinubu is from the South, and he is finishing his first tenure as 4 years. It would be a quagmire per se if a Northerner comes, which is constitutionally right.
Okay.
If he, I mean, it's the right of any citizen to contest and win elections. But if he comes in right now, it makes it difficult for the calculations for the North to come back after 8 years. Because what the calculation is about now is let a Southerner finish the 8 years that is given to the South, and let the Northerners bring up someone to take another 8 years. So if the ADC is counting on using constitutional grounds to ask for a Northern support, maybe via the likes of Turaki, Adamawa, being Atiku Abubakar, which recently he showed his own political calculations by leaving the PDP.
Well, but okay, sorry to cut you short, but Atiku is not a newcomer when it comes to switching from parties to parties.
Exactly.
You know, in fact, the acting national chairman of PDP said that they are not surprised; they're even expecting him to come back. You know, so still on politics, the Edo State governor a few days back made a comment warning Peter Obi not to visit the state without permission. Christopher, what do you make of this? It seems as though it's just a statement, even though those concerns raised were not justified, and that also drew a lot of reactions from Nigerians. What do you make of this statement? Do you think it has a political undertone?
Some people are speculating that that is a safe face statement.
Okay.
From the angle of another person is coming to your state to solve the problem of your state. That this is what you would have done or looked into. Why didn't they come to you? Some people feel it was a safe face statement. And then again, some people are also of the thought that is it trying to say that Peter Obi or the Labour Party are a threat to his administration, because he feels they are using the whole Peter Obi as a means to buy voters come the next election, and he doesn't want to take chances and he's stopping it. But the question to ask now is this constitutionally right? Is it the right thing to say? Is it the right thing to do? If it were any other person that was coming in for any campaign or for any strategy, would you have made such a statement?
Okay.
Although he claimed that people died just after he left, but there really proves that it was his coming that led to the death of these people.
Okay, thank you so much. I would like to appreciate you both for coming on the show. I would have loved to have continue this discussion, because Raymond started saying something that got my attention, but because of time constraint, we'll have to draw the curtains at this point. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you're just watching, this is From the Correspondent on Signature TV, where we discuss with our correspondent on trending issues and get first-hand their experience on the field. And I've been in the studio with Christopher Lele and Raymond Kane Mbata, who are both our correspondent